It is the Wave, 97.9 WHAV, and on the line is Hailey Pearson. And Hailey is, she juggles more plates than that guy used to do on the Ed Sullivan Show. Hailey, did you ever see that show there?
I know of it. I don't think I'll have to look up the plate juggling though. So that's what I'm going to strive for.
Oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. But you have a couple of things that we wanted to talk about today. But before we do that, I know that we were talking about a meeting that you held just this past week in your position as like a downtown events coordinator for the city of Haverhill. And how did that go?
Oh, it was great, Wynn. Yeah, thanks for checking in. So we've been launching these community forums to receive feedback from residents, business owners, folks invested in the community in some way. And we had a really wonderful discussion. All ideas were welcome to be brought to the table, and it was really just a brainstorming session to see what do people want to see downtown. And there were some great things. I'm excited to continue those in different neighborhoods, and we'll be having one up in the Mount Washington neighborhood at Make It Haverhill in the near future, and other locations. So with the hopes that we can draw more people downtown and bring in different activities and energy. So it was great. I'm looking forward to more of those. I really love coming together with community members and just having an informal conversation.
Well, you keep us informed on all that stuff. One of the things that happens downtown, and you've had a big role in it, is the Art Walk, and that's coming up.
That's right. We are just over a week away, so tomorrow makes it a week out from the Haverhill Art Walk on Saturday, June 7th. We are really excited to be incorporating the first Pride Parade to kick off Art Walk this year. So it's been about a year in the making from the time that we started talking about this idea of bringing in a parade. And it's just been an incredible experience to witness the support from the community, the people that came together to really make this happen. Art Walk is going to kick off with the Pride Parade. We're going to have the flag raising, which has been done by the city and Tom Sullivan in the past, so that's going to continue. The only difference is it's going to kick into the Pride Parade. So that's going to take place at City Hall at 12:30 next Saturday, June 7th. And following the flag raising, we'll have the parade begin from right across the street at Gar Park there. So that's going to step down by 1:30 to enter into Haverhill Art Walk at 2 o'clock. So you want to stick around, be in Haverhill next Saturday, 12:30 on, because there's going to be so much activity, and we're really excited to be adding this program in. So these are Creative Haverhill programs. Art Walk's been under Creative Haverhill about 5 years, and we are incorporating the Pride Parade this year. So it's something we've been thinking about. We've been adding Pride programming in some capacity the last couple of years during the month of June, during Pride Month. So that might be Drag Queen Story Hour or inviting businesses and organizations hosting activities to lean into that if they would like. And so this month is especially focused on Pride in our Art Walk programming, which is really exciting. And whether it's, incorporating rainbow colors into the activities, we're going to have community weaving and art projects and really celebrating Pride. So we're thrilled.
Well, I know that the Pride Parade, because of the construction taking place on Merrimack Street, they kind of adjusted the route, so it's going down Bailey Boulevard. That's where it kicks off, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right, yeah. So we originally were looking, to go down Main Street and through Merrimack, and that may evolve in a future year, but this is a much better route for spectators, for, safety reasons, like just to bypass that construction. So once that is complete, we can reevaluate. But Bailey Boulevard, and then down Emerson Street, and then it's going to enter Washington Square, where Art Walk essentially begins. So it's going to come through the whole route there, and then turn at Railroad Square to end at Wingate Street. And during the Art Walk, we'll also have a Pride Resource Fair, so that's going to take place on Wingate Street. That's the only portion of Art Walk that that is going to be closed to traffic. So that will be vendors and resources to support the LGBTQIA community on Wingate Street. And then we're going to have over, a dozen businesses participating and activities. So everything from live music to family-friendly interactive activities in both Railroad Square, the Columbus Park area, and Washington Square. So those areas kind of bookend the activities. So we've got all kinds of things happening there. We've got our alleyway art market in the alleyways along Washington Street. We've got Punctuate 4 is a theater group that's going to be hosting the Abolitionist Refrain. So that is a theater performance at the Empty Space 90 Washington. So we really love utilizing these vacant storefronts to show people what could be and invite people to step into these spaces that are transformed for the weekend. So that's one thing that's happening. We have restaurants hosting artists and drink specials. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited to welcome new businesses. So every year, one thing I love with Pride with Art Walk, and this year Pride, is to engage with new businesses too and involve them in this. So we have like the Time Machine you may be familiar with. They're an amazing business. So they're going to be doing a pop-up with a Transplant Records featuring LGBTQIA vinyl. So that'll be fun, and it's just a really cool experience to step into their store. So if you haven't yet, visit the Time Machine, hopefully during Art Walk, and if not, another time. And then we've got like a salon on Wingate Street that's going to be doing hair tinsel. So there's just many opportunities, all ages, children through grandparents, and all are welcome. There's plenty to do for everybody, but get ready to do some shopping in the alleyways, see some performances. We've got Buttonwoods returning for a walking tour along the river, and we've got all this listed on our program, which will be available during Art Walk. It's also going to be posted on the Creative Haverhill website in the coming days, and on our social media, Haverhill Art Walk. Be sure to also visit Haverhill Pride. Both of these programs you can find, if you prefer the web, to visit creativehaverhill.org, and you'll see more information about both Art Walk and Pride. We're still looking for volunteers, so if you're interested in volunteering for Haverhill Art Walk, you can find the submission form on the website, or you can email me, haverhillartwalk@gmail.com. So we're looking for a few more folks to just help make it happen, but it should be a really wonderful day downtown. Really, brings the life, I think. And these businesses and these artists and these creatives have been here, but it's putting the focus on them and highlighting the wonderful things that we have in our city.
Now, when you first started to think about doing an art walk, how has it changed from when you started the art walk in downtown Haverhill to what it's going to be like next Saturday?
Wow, it has really grown over the years. So it began when I was at the Switchboard, which was an art space that I ran with Sarah Lavasco, and we were running this art space 2019. We thought we really need something that can bring people downtown. After you go out to eat, you want to be able to stroll around. And knowing that there's, very few art spaces, galleries, music venues, what you do is you create your own, and you have buskers set up in these public spaces or the alleyways. You use the vacant storefronts to fill with pop-up exhibitions. You engage with the restaurants to have, to invite them to have art on their walls. So it was a really cool experience to see. It was just a one-off event under the Switchboard, and we saw the success of it and that people were really excited to come downtown and have something to do, or just to set up their easel and sketch, and just to come together in a creative way. And so from there, we began running it under Creative Haverhill. So since then, it's been a really wonderful partnership. And it's great because we've tried many different things. We've tried doing a more frequent program, a 5-month program. We've tried extending down Merrimack Street where the boardwalk is, or up Essex Street towards Lafayette Square. But we realize what people are able to do right now is this like concentrated area. So that's why we're really focusing on Washington Square up to Railroad Square. So we've got Washington Street, Wingate Street, a bit of Essex and Emerson Streets. And then, over time, as the development is completed down Merrimack Street, and as Historic New England, they have their center up Essex Street. As those things are completed, then we can look at extending in those areas. And maybe we can revisit expanding the program to beyond 2 months. But right now we have one in the spring, so in June, and one in the fall in September. So that's worked out really well because it is more of like a festival feel. There's stuff taking place from music to art to all kinds of activities. It's not you may see in some communities that like an art stroll, First Fridays, you go in and out of galleries, but we're a unique community and we want to lean into that and celebrate what Haverhill is. So I think at this point this works really well. And then once storefronts become more occupied and we have galleries and we have music venues, we can look at sort of a more regular program. So that will be the hope to kind of grow into. But we find that twice a year, concentrate to downtown has been successful in the program.
Hey, I heard, and I know that you have to get going, but I heard you mention the word busker. Are you going to have any plate jugglers there?
Not yet, but I'm definitely going to look into that for September, and it sounds like you are signing yourself up. So we'll talk about that off the line here. I will follow up with you, Wynn, and we'll bring you on for September. But we are going to have some great bands. So we're actually having a DJ this year for Railroad Square. That's going to kick off. I think it'll be a fun energy to end the parade with a DJ set, which will lead into Drag King Story Hour. And then over at Washington Square, we have a really great lineup. We got our local band, Fake Leather Jacket. We have Azizwe Dance Studio out of Lawrence doing interactive drumming and performance by their youth performers. We have Liz Bills and the Change, which have a great following, really wonderful band, a lot of great energy. And then we're going to close it out with an awesome band, the Party Band, which is a really fun brass band. So they're going to get people moving and grooving in Washington Square. So that's really looking forward to the lineup of music, and that's going to be accompanied by all the great activities from zine making to mask making to all kinds of art happenings. And all of them are free unless it's, you're buying work from artists and vendors and crafters. But the activities are free. We want to make sure that people of all ages can just have fun for the day.
All right, so just to recap, this is next Saturday. There's the Pride flag racing at City Hall. That'll be at 12:30. The Pride Parade kicks off right after that down Bailey Boulevard to Emerson Street, and then over to Railroad Square. So that'll be happening, and then you have the Art Walk, and it gets all on Saturday, June 7th. So it's a good day to mark down the calendar and plan to spend some time in downtown Haverhill.
That's right. Yeah. Thanks, Wynn. If you want to get involved, just visit creativehaverhill.org and contact us at Haverhill Art Walk or Haverhill Pride. All
right. Thank you so much. Hailey Pearson, our guest this morning, right here on the Wave, 97.9 WHAV.
Wake up with Wynn Damon weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on 97.9 FM WHAV.
Catch the Wave, WHAV.